you're watching My 6-String Journey. My name is Cypher and this is the second part of my video in which I'm looking at reviewing lesson 26. For those of you that didn't see the previous video, this was undertaken on the 19th of August 2020. Day 400 and around about 116 hours of practice, had a break, getting back into it, and in the previous video we looked at REM, playing with my eyes closed, and progress. This video is going to be looking at the next exercise that Michael has got me practicing, and that is to take the 12-bar blues to the next level. So here we're going to be building on the string skipping exercises that I've been doing, and I'm starting to realise how useful that has been, learning to skip the strings whilst having my eyes closed, or at least not looking at the strings as I'm playing them. In this exercise we also introduce bar chords, very simple single finger bar chords. So when Michael said we were going to be doing more chords, my heart sank. It was just, no, please, no more chords. But these are relatively easy, and we are playing the A, D and the E bar chord, and we're also looking at a swing beat and palm muting. So an awful lot going on in this, and I play it pretty badly at the moment. I've been practicing this for probably about an hour so far, so it's all very new. But it's really difficult, and trying to watch Michael over Skype and to get a feel for how his hand was moving and how he was palm muting was quite difficult. So I'm hoping that we're going to be able to get together for a face-to-face lesson, hopefully in early September. So maybe the next lesson will be face-to-face, and that will make life a lot easier. So for now, please bear with me whilst I just try and take you through the 12-bar blues using power chords. Now, as usual, I have produced my music sheets, if I can pick them up off of the floor. So the 12-bar blues with power chords, I will be making this available via my Patreon page as normal, so you'll be able to download that and follow along. And I've got both the music and the tabs, but that's on the floor for the moment to follow. So what we are looking at is we are looking at 4 bars where we're playing the A power chord. I should point out, by the way, if you look at the chord diagrams on the printout that I've done, they're there more for me to know whether I'm playing the A, the D or the E power chord, but they are showing the incorrect tablature fingering thing. If you actually look at the tabs and the music, then the tabs are correct, and obviously the notes on the music score are correct. So it's just those chord diagrams that are slightly off. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to play the excuse me, the A power chord first of all, which is a case of putting our finger on the 4th string, and we can actually lay it down slightly. So we're using our 1st finger. We can lay it down slightly to catch the 3rd string, because all we're going to play is the 5th and the 4th strings together. Now, if you strum down and you catch the 3rd string, that should be muted, and that's the beauty of just gently laying your finger down on that string so that it will mute that, because we're not actually playing that. Now, with the string skipping, I actually seem to be quite good at just catching just those two strings. So I'm not catching the 3rd that much, but obviously just muting it will make life a little bit easier. So we're just playing those 2 together. We then move to the D power chord, which is a case of just moving our finger down 1 string. So we've now got our finger on the 3rd string, muting the 2nd string, and then we are playing the 4th and 3rd strings together. So we play 4 bars of the A and 2 bars of the D, back to 2 bars of the A. We then have to move to the E power chord. Now for the E power chord, we're putting our finger on the 5th string, resting on the 4th, and we're playing the 6th and the 5th strings. From the E we go back to the D and then the A and finishing up on the E. Now moving between these bars, between these chords at the end of the bars is actually quite interesting, because for instance if I was to take the A, for that bar we are going to be playing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we play an before we then move to the D chord and we play that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then on the we can keep going. So just to start that again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and then when we do the 8 and then we've got to switch back to the A again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So you can see what we're actually having to do is towards the end of at the end of one bar, we then need to switch our chord to the next one on the before the 1, and we're actually counting this as 1 and 2 and 3, which is where the swing comes in. This is really complicated. It sounds so good when you play it properly, and it isn't actually that difficult, but trying to explain it is really, really hard. And even over Skype, trying to listen to Michael saying this to me, I didn't get it until I actually saw it written down, and then it was a little bit easier. So the other thing that we need to do, I'll just pick the A chord again. The pattern on this is 1, then we need to palm mute on the and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So you're muting on the and each time. So this is going to be taking me quite some time to get my head around, and I'm going to be practicing this very, 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 very slowly. And rather than practicing it in the way that Michael put it to me, so we obviously wrote out the music score and the tabs. So rather than doing that, what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm just going to get used to playing the chords. And that's what I've been doing over the last couple of days. So we start with the A. And then we'll move down to the D. Normally I play that until it goes wrong, and then I move down. Oops, let me get that right. So we move down to the D, which means we've got our finger on the 3rd string and we're playing those two. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and also trying to do it without looking at the strings. And then we'll come up to the E. And the other thing is I tend to be bringing my hand far too far off of the strings with the palm muting. But it's just something I'm going to have to get used to. So we go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and no, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. Although counting it is the way that I need to go, 1 and 2, so that I'm getting the palm muting on the and, it's actually quite weird because the rhythm is so catching, it's so infectious, that it's actually, in some respects, easier just to play it rather than counting it. Obviously not something I want to do because I need to playing this to the metronome, but so not 100%, but when I forget about the counting and I just feel the music and feel the rhythm, then that does come together so much better. So anyway, that is the 12-bar blues that we're going to be practicing. Like I said, I've done it for a very, very short period of time, so this is very, very new to me. I've got a lot of practicing to do, and hopefully the next time I do a video with this 12-bar blues with the power chords, it will be a lot better. But that's what we're working on right now, and if you want to follow me along, then please just download the tabs from the Patreon page, because it's so much easier when you follow those and you can see the actual rhythm and how it all hangs together. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing to my channel. All the support from my subscribers and all the comments that I'm getting from everybody are just brilliant. The comments that I got yesterday from the frustration video really lifted me, and I've got on a lot better today. Some of the comments, just when you're getting frustrated, take a break for 10 minutes, go and have a cup of tea, go and walk around the garden, just get away from it and come back. Absolutely spot on. Brilliant advice. And some of the others that were just saying, you know, well done for pushing through. Again, yeah, sometimes you just got to continue to push through the difficulties, and they do come right. And again, one of the other comments on the channel yesterday was, don't get hung up when you do miss a string or you buzz a note or something. You know, apparently you don't hear it, but the professionals do it all the time. So if you've got a slight error, just forget it, move on and carry on playing. So I'm trying to learn to stop playing when things go really bad, but keep playing when things have just gone a little bit wobbly. I tend to be a little bit OCD, so I want to get it really right. But music is a live, living, breathing thing, and it's not always the same every single time. So thank you ever so much for everybody that commented yesterday. Very much appreciated. I look forward to your comments on my other videos, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. The next video is probably not going to be of the guitar. I've been getting on really well with the practice the practice app, and a few people have asked me what that is and how I'm using it, so I'll probably be doing a software demonstration on that just to show how I'm using it. Just waiting to see whether I can actually physically release that to everybody, probably through the Patreon page. There's going to be some licensing fees involved, which means I'm going to need to do it through that route. But I will do a video just so that people can see that software and how it's helping me to put my practice sessions together and keep them more sort of regimented and scheduled. So that'll be the next video, so please hit the bell button for notifications of when that gets uploaded, and I'll see you again very soon. Take care. Bye bye. God, this is difficult.